Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing it different, okay? Today I'm actually going to show you guys my makeup. I do have comments on my makeup or like my hair, so I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial. I'm going to show you guys how I do my makeup for like not weddings, but like how I do my makeup for like special occasions, or if I'm going to an event or I'm going on date night. This is basically my kind of like soft glam look that I tend to go for. It's what I know. I'm using products that I absolutely love and have been using for a while now, and they just work. Okay, so yeah, this is my little makeup tutorial. Again, if you want to see more of these, comment down below. I could do it like once a week at least. I haven't done makeup videos in what feels like years. I don't really do reviews, but I really like this like sit down, get ready with me style of video. So I definitely wouldn't be opposed to doing this, but I need to see more views and comments. So excited to see how this video does. And if you saw something new and cool today, please comment down below. Let me know if you guys have any requests in terms of like these kind of get ready with me videos. Everything that I use will be linked in the description box, so check it out there. By the way, if you're new, subscribe. We do a lot of smell good content, but you know, we'll trickle in some makeup, favorites video and all that good stuff. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. All right, y'all. It has been so long since I've done a get ready with me style video, so if I'm all over the place, forgive me, okay? It's been a while. I have my tea. I've already washed my face, but what I want to do first and foremost is I want to shave my face. This is something that I do probably like every 5 to 6 weeks. I'm just taking some facial oil. Any oil honestly will do. You just want something that's going to allow the razor to glide on the face. Don't need anything super expensive. I buy a pack of these for like $5 and I'm good to go. I'll try and link some from Amazon down below. And basically I just start honestly wherever. I'm gonna start here and I start to shave down. And you can literally see the hair right here, which is crazy. Oh my God. Like, do you see all that peach fuzz right there? Yeah. It makes such a difference when you apply your skincare and your makeup and you don't have all this peach fuzz. Well, in my experience, look at all that hair. I know. I know. I feel like my foundation goes on the skin so smoothly. And again, even if I'm not wearing makeup, I just feel like my skin looks clearer, brighter, smoother without all the peach fuzz. So love doing this. It's actually been a while since I last did it. I was pretty consistent, but I stopped for about 2 months. So there's going to be a whole lot of hair coming off my face. And no, your hair will not grow back thicker, longer. That's a big misconception, so don't worry about that. I literally got a hair. I am taking some micellar water and just cleaning off my face. It feels so smooth. Oh my God. Love, love to do this. Guys, look how bright and like smooth my skin looks. I just, oh, I love it, I love it. I'm gonna take some of my kombucha facial treatment essence from Fresh Beauty, and I'm literally just applying it on my hands and pressing that in. And that's just so soothing on the skin. It feels so good. Oh. Next, I'm going to do the Glazing Milk from Rhode. I'm pleasantly surprised at how much I love Rhode skincare. Everything that I use from them has been incredible. If you have dry skin, I think you're gonna really love this brand, especially the Glazing Milk. This is something that I have been using for a couple of months and I love it. This is actually my second bottle because I use it pretty much every single day and it just nourishes my skin perfectly. Like, I lather my skin with this product. Drag that down the neck. Look at the glow, look at the bounce. Perfect. I'm not gonna put too much skincare because I am doing makeup, and when you pile too much skincare and do makeup right away, it can be a disaster unless you have time for everything to kind of dry down on the skin. I'm going to take my La Mer SPF 50 and I'm gonna use that and no other moisturizer or primer. I'm doing 2 fingers of this SPF. Love it. Doesn't give me a white cast. It absorbs really nicely on the skin and it feels super hydrating. Like, do you see that? Gone. It's not pilling or pulling or anything like that. And it just feels great on my skin. I always try to drag all my skincare down to the neck area because it's important, honey. You don't want to look like you have an aged neck. And then also on my hands, I also apply quite a bit of skincare. My skin feels so good. I don't even want to apply makeup. I have been keeping my makeup pretty simple. I don't go too heavy. I don't go too glam. I just like it, you know, just right for me, my face shape and all that good stuff. So I'm going to share with you guys the products that I've been using the most lately. So I like to start off with a bit of a highlighter. I love a glowy look. So I'm taking the Rare Beauty highlighter. This is in the shade Mesmerize. And I like to put this on the upper parts of my cheeks, right there. I don't really do anywhere else, and I just kind of rub that in. I like it under my foundation because it just looks like a really pretty glow under the makeup and it looks more natural. Sometimes I do put it on top, but I'm just gonna do it this way, and I just pat it in with my finger and look at the glow that it gives you. It's just so beautiful. Even when you don't have makeup on, you could just apply and it looks stunning, like stunning. I love this color specifically. It looks really beautiful. I am gonna do a tad bit, just a tad bit of primer. I'm using the Easy Blur primer from Huda Beauty. Oh my God, she did her thing with this primer and foundation combination. Only doing it where my pores are, just to kind of blur this area because the pores were looking a little bit large. Do you see the difference? What the primer can do, it just softens and blurs that area really nicely. And I find that I don't get as shiny, the makeup doesn't stick or start to cramp up in certain areas of my face. So that's where I put primer. Everywhere else I'm pretty fine. I don't really need a ton of primer, and I really like to press everything into the skin really nicely. Sometimes I'll do it with a sponge, but that's pretty much what I'm doing for primer. I'm gonna let everything kind of seep into the skin before I go in with my foundation. I'm going to start with the eyes. So do a little bit of concealer on the eyes. I'm using my NARS concealer. This is in the shade Chestnut. And I'm gonna put that right on the lids. Now you can definitely use eyeshadow primer, but honestly, I don't really do primer like that anymore. I just do some concealer on the lids, and I find that the makeup sticks to it just as fine. And this also helps like neutralize the eyelids. It removes all of the discoloration, all of the veins and all that stuff, and just creates a blank canvas. Next, eyeshadow. I'm using one of my favorite palettes. It's an oldie but a goodie. I don't think you can get this anymore. It's the GWRM Mario palette. I think that it's just so stunning. Funny enough, I can see why I love this. I finally got like my colors done, and I was considered a deep winter, I believe. Let me check my phone. Let me show you guys. I'm considered a deep winter. Here is the color that I got, and it makes a lot of sense. When I look at myself with these type of colors on, when it comes to makeup or even my outfits, that's when I feel the most prettiest. Even though I hardly have these colors in my closet except for black. I definitely have a lot of black, but these beautiful colors, these shades of like blue and green, I don't have a lot, but I see it in this palette here with these warm tones and then this pop of blue. So I'm definitely going to be incorporating more of this color palette, because even this one here, this top that I recently got, when I'm dressed up and I have it on, you guys can't really see the look of it, but it's so beautiful on my skin tone. So I'm really excited, and this makes a difference. If you haven't, check out your colors. I used colorwise.me. It's free and it's pretty accurate. So one thing I will say, I had a lot of these shades in my closet, and when I look at them, like when I look at pictures of me wearing these colors, my skin tone just doesn't pop. It looks very dull instead of warm and bright. So I'm gonna take the advice and I'm gonna stick to those colors. But anyways, let's get into the makeup. So I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush. I'm not really precise with my eyeshadow makeup. I don't do a lot. I just like it blended, soft, good to go. I'm taking this warm shade over here, and I'm pretty much gonna put that all over the lids and just diffuse it on the outer corners. I normally do this with a bronzer when I'm like in a rush, just to create a little bit of contrast on the eyes. I do like to blend it quite a lot on the outer half and really diffuse this color, but it's pretty much going all over the eyelids and in the inner corner. Then I'm going to take this warmer brown here, and I'm going to be very light-handed with it, mix it with a little bit of this one here, which is still a brown, but it's more of like a grayish brown, like a neutral brown. And I'm going to place that more on the outer half of my eyelids. Same brush. I don't want to be too precise. I just want a wash of color. Using a bigger brush just makes the eyeshadow go on a lot softer than like with a smaller brush. Right now it looks a little crazy, but don't worry. We're gonna clean up the edges and it's all gonna come together. So then I'm just going to take this beautiful shade over here. It's just stunning. And with my finger, I'm gonna press that on the lids, mainly on the inner half of my lids. Bring it up slightly, like feather it out, so it's not as much pigmentation on the outer half. I'm taking a black pencil from Huda Beauty. It's just a matte black, and I'm going to tight line. And tight line, you're just basically putting some of this black right on your lash line. And this is just gonna make your eyelashes look a little bit more voluminous. And I do this a lot when I'm not using lashes. So I'm also gonna put a little bit of that liner right on the upper lash, but I'm gonna stick real close to my lashes. And I'm just going to do the outer half, not the whole eyelid. So I put it right there, and then I kind of diffuse that with my fingers because I don't want like a straight line. I want it kind of softened, like smoky kind of look. So staying really close to the lash line. Doing about halfway and then kind of diffuse it with my fingers. So it looks like it's a smoky liner as opposed to a solid liner. We got the eyes out of the way. I am gonna do some mascara. I'm using one of my favorites. This is the YSL mascara. I've been using it non-stop ever since it launched. I do like to layer my mascaras to get the best wear out of it and really make my lashes super voluminous. So I'm gonna go in with this one and then I'm gonna layer another one and see what we get from it. So eyes are all done. Love this mascara look. It looks so good. Okay, let's do foundation. I'm actually gonna do a little bit of underpainting before we go in with foundation. I'm taking my LYS contour stick and I am focusing this right here. I don't like to go too far out because I find it ruins the contoured area, the really like chiseled look. You want to keep it really close. And then I also do my jawline. We really want that snatched look. So this is what I do to contour that area. I'm going to do a little bit on the tip of my nose. And I'm gonna drag that up once I start to blend. This is the Huda Beauty concealer. This is actually in the color correcting shade for me. It's in the shade Lychee, and it could be a little bit lighter, honestly, but I'm just gonna apply a slight amount right here to color correct right under my eyes. I could go in with like a lighter peachy tone, but this works just as well. And I'm going to blend this right under my eyes. I'm gonna do a little bit of that shade right here too, because sometimes I get some darkness in that area. Then going in with my concealer from NARS, the same one that I had on my eyes, and I'm just going to apply that right under the eyes. This concealer is pretty much same shade as my skin tone. Now we're going to blend out the contour, and I just diffuse the color. I don't completely blend it out because foundation is going to go right on top. So I'm just kind of diffusing it. I definitely blend more on the forehead because I don't put a lot of foundation on my forehead, and I like to press it into the hairline as I'm doing right now. I also don't put a lot of concealer, or I don't put a lot of contour right here because I don't want to shorten my face. I wanted to elongate it and shrink it this way. This is the best way to kind of contour a rounder face. So I tend to leave this one a little bit bare and really bronze up the edges of my forehead. Of course, right on the cheekbones, or slightly just above the cheekbones is where I carry that contour and keep it pretty high up. I don't bring it too close to the lip area. And just kind of diffuse it, make sure it's going up and never down. This product is so easy to blend, by the way, guys. I love it. It's so creamy, and I'm just kind of patting it in. I'm using this brush from Fenty Beauty. It's the 115 foundation brush. And then same here. You want to kind of still leave a shadow, bring it down slightly, but still leave a shadow right here, and then bring it down to the neck. It looks kind of crazy when you are doing it, but once you put your foundation on, everything's going to come together. Like, look at the snatchedness of this jawline. Hello, looks wild when I turn, but don't worry. It's all going to be blended. You got to trust the process. Okay, trust the process. So when you're blending the jawline, you still want that shadow there. You don't want it completely gone. But when the foundation goes on, that's when you're gonna really diffuse this harsh line that you're seeing right now. I don't put contour on my chin area because I still want to elongate this area. So I just put it right here and not on the chin. She's snatched, honey. She's snatched. For foundation, I have been loving a lot of foundations, but my go-to has definitely been the Easy Blur from Huda Beauty. I do have this Ami Kohl Shine Enhancing Stick that I really wanted to try, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to stick to the Huda Beauty because that's what I've been using the most. It's beautiful. It's in the shade Toffee. The match is perfect. Okay, before I do that, I'm just going to slightly contour here. So this is going to go all the way up towards the brow. Just like so, taking some of that Huda Beauty foundation right at the back of my hands, right there. And then I'm going to apply it to different areas of my face. I'm using the Mario foundation and concealer brush. This is the F4. I love this brush. So worth the hype and the price point. And I'm just literally stippling that product onto my face, concentrating on the center of the face and then dragging out that product towards the edges of the face. So see that color that we had right here on the jawline, it's getting diffused, it's softening up now that we put the foundation right on top. Same with the contour here. You still see that shadow. Do you see that shadow right there and here? But it's not harsh, it's diffused, okay? So that's what you want with your makeup. You want everything to look really diffused and soft focus, everything to blend really nicely. So that's what we're doing here. Oh, this foundation is perfection. Honestly, it looks like skin. It feels like nothing is on your skin. And the glow that it leaves is stunning. Like, I didn't put any highlighter on this side and look at it. It's stunning. Obviously here we got more glow because I put that liquid highlighter, but it's just beautiful. Huda Beauty did an incredible job with this one. Then I have some foundation here on the forehead. I don't put a lot, like I mentioned to you guys, diffusing everything. And of course, I'm gonna go on the nose too and diffuse that also. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so now I am gonna go in and highlight under my eyes a little bit. I'm using the Backstage Concealer from Dior. This is in the shade, what shade is this? I don't even know what shade this is. I'm gonna find out and put it down in the description box. So I just do a little bit right here, closer to the nose. I'm doing some right here. So this is what I do for concealer. I'm just going to blend out this area here and further contour the cheekbone and really sculpt it out, but still remaining quite soft on the skin, or in person when you see me, it doesn't look like there's harsh lines. You just want to make sure you're softening everything out. Look at the chiseled. Love that. I'm gonna do the chin area. And I really like to bring out my chin, make sure it's nice and rounded. I'm gonna do the forehead. This brush is perfect to blend anything out. Like, it just blends things in the most perfect way. But you're also using products that are easy to blend and that are buildable and all that good stuff. The formula is just impeccable, and that's what I get with these products here. Using this new YSL liquid blush. This is a beautiful pink tone. It's in the shade 66, that's the number. I'm sure there's a name for it, but I'm gonna go in with this one. I have been loving pink blushes, and every time I wear a bright pink blush, I get a lot of compliments, and I think it brightens up my skin really well. This looks like a lot of blush, I know. We're gonna go ahead and blend that out. These kind of diffuse really softly, honestly. They're not super bright, so I'm probably gonna top it off with more once I blend out the concealer. So these blushes from YSL, they're not like the Rare Beauty blushes where they look crazy if you put this amount and try to blend it. They actually diffuse really nicely. So if you find that the Rare Beauty one was a bit too much, this is a great formula. It does look like a lot, but don't worry, we're gonna blend the concealer and it's gonna diffuse the blush too. I like to apply a little on the forehead, just a little tiny bit. Whatever residue I have, whether I'm using a brush or this, I go like this. And I find it just like creates a more cohesive look, in my opinion. Now we're gonna take this and we're going to blend that concealer just like so. I always go into everything with my foundation brush and make sure everything's just like really blended together in a soft manner. Skin is looking super duper glowy. I'm gonna take my Huda Beauty powder in the shade Pound Cake. It's what I use on a regular basis and I love this powder. I'm actually just gonna take this sponge here and I'm gonna go ahead and press that under the eyes. I like to put that powder right on the areas where I have pores. I don't like that area to be too shiny. And because I'm gonna do setting spray, putting a little bit of powder is fine. It's gonna look really matte, but then once you do your setting spray, everything's gonna come together really nicely. I'm gonna do a little bit of highlight. This is a really beautiful golden one. It's called Trophies in Truffle from Fenty Beauty. It's stunning. I'm going to do it very light-handed with this brush. So I just tap off the excess always, and then I'm just gonna go right here. Face is pretty much done. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna go back to the eyes and I'm gonna do a little bit of a liner on my lower lash line, and I'm gonna keep it pretty minimal. I'm doing a brown liner from Huda Beauty and I'm gonna put it right on the lower lash line and kind of diffuse it so it looks a bit more smoky. So I just kind of go and again rub it with my fingers. And I'm doing brown so that it doesn't look too harsh, but it does create that beautiful smoky look. Now I'm gonna take the mascara from Lancome and I'm gonna do my lower lash lines very lightly, not too much. I don't like too much mascara on my lower lash line. I don't like it to look like a doll, but I do want to enhance them just a little bit. Oh, this is sultry. It's sultry. Okay, now we're moving on to eyebrows. I'm using my Ilia brow pencil and I'm going to do very minimal to the brows when it comes to the pencil. I don't do a ton to my eyebrows. I like them pretty natural looking. My eyebrows are shaped the way that I want them, even though they're not completely even. So I try to even them out with the pencil, but I like the thickness of them and everything. So this one seems to be more fuller at the bottom. So we're gonna add a little bit more here. And then there is some missing hair here. So I just kind of like look at the mirror and tweak any areas that need tweaking. I don't do my entire eyebrows. I just stick to where it needs product. If it doesn't need product, honey, leave it alone. So right here, always brush that product in to kind of diffuse it. right at the bottom here. And then a little at the front. My brows just never grow at the front, so I always add a little bit. That's pretty much all I do, you know what I mean? That's pretty much all I do. I might try to enhance the tail a little bit, but not too much. And with this one, it's kind of shorter than the other one, so we're just gonna try and even it out over here especially. And the tail looks much different. So then I'm gonna take this e.l.f. Cosmetics brow laminating gel. I love this so much. It's such a good brow product. And I'm going to slather my brows with this product, just like that. This really keeps your eyebrows in place. It's so good. This one and the Rare Beauty are my favorite. Like, your eyebrows aren't going nowhere. And I love this one because it gives like a very groomed, that laminated look, but not exaggerated where it looks weird. So it has this brush on this end here, and that's what I use to kind of comb out the product and make it nice and smooth. So I really brush that product in. I like my eyebrows up, and then I kind of put them down so it doesn't look too wild. Well, that's it for the eyebrows. Now we're going on to the lips. I love a good lip combo. So let me quickly wipe my lips. I just had a little bit of gloss on them. So to start off, I'm gonna go in with this Kylie Cosmetics lip liner. This is in the shade, what shade is this one? Cacao. This is in the shade Cacao. I really, really like the color of this one. And I'm just going to line my lips. So for the top, I like to overline the Cupid's bow and going almost like halfway down. And then as I get closer to the edges of my lips, I bring it in. I want to kind of like create a lip flip look to the top of my lip. I think that it accentuates my bottom lip really nicely, and it blends nicely with the volume that I have on my bottom lip. So that's kind of like what I do. I'm also just adding a little bit of that color inwards to diffuse it. So I'm taking a brush. You can use your fingers, but I'm just going to take a brush that's at the edge of this lip liner, and I'm gonna diffuse that color. Just soften it up. Love, 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 love. Okay. I'm gonna take this Kylie Cosmetics lipstick. This is in the shade If Looks Could Kill. And it's a beautiful shade right here. It's like a nudie shade. And I'm going to put that on the center of my lip. The edges of the lips pretty dark because I want that shape to still stay there. And I am going to put some gloss over it. I'm using this gloss from Maybelline. This is the Lifter Gloss in the shade Gummy Bear. It's a beautiful baby doll pink. I'm just going to tie it in like that. I don't want to move the color around too much. The face is doing it, okay? The face is looking gorgeous. I am going to take some of this First Spray Serum from Dalba. It is a skincare product, but you can use it on the skin to give you like a beautiful glow. So I'm just gonna do it on the sides of my face where I want that glow, and everywhere else that I wanted matte, I'm not going to spray, but I love this spray. It's so good. Like, the glow that it gives you is just so stunning and beautiful. I'm gonna take a little bit of the Huda Beauty powder, And just a tiny bit, I'm gonna put a little bit more on to the center of my face right here, where I like it matte. That's it, honey. That's it. Look at that. That looks gorgeous. I'm gonna do my hair real quick and I'll be right back. Hair is did, makeup's complete, and here is the final look. This is my kind of glam go-to date night, special occasion type of look. This is what I love to do on myself. So it's been a while since I did like a makeup tutorial, and I hope it was enjoyable. I hope you guys liked it. If you want more of these, I could do it like at least once a week, switch up the content a little bit. My hair, I just kind of silk pressed it the other day, styled it a little bit like this, and then I added some of this Gisou honey infused hair oil. I really like this stuff on my hair. It just adds a little bit of a glow. It is a heavier oil, so a little light-handed, so it doesn't look greasy on the hair or weigh down your hair, but this is like a week-old silk press, so you know my hair is gonna get washed today. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, saw something new and cool today. Leave your comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.